not in the paper. It's in your red hymnal, page 444. It's a hymn. I love to tell a story, and the reason why we sing it is because tonight we're thinking about missions and praying about missions. So, I love the story of unseen things above, of Jesus and his glory, of Jesus and his love. I love to tell the story because I know it's true. It satisfies my longing as nothing else can do. I love to tell the story, to be my theme in glory, to tell the old story of Jesus and his love. I love to tell the story, more wonderful it seems than all the golden fancies of all our golden dreams. I love to tell the story, it did so much for me, and that is just the reason I tell it now to thee. I love to tell the story, tell be my theme in glory, to tell the old story of Jesus and his love. I love to tell the story, 'tis pleasant to repeat what seems each time I tell it more wonderfully sweet. I love to tell the story, for some have never heard the message of salvation from God's own holy word. I love to tell the story, tell be my theme in glory, to tell the old story of Jesus and his love. I love to tell the story for those who know it best, seem hungering and thirsting to hear it like the rest. And when he sings of glory, I sing the new song. Tell be the old story that I have loved so long. I love to tell the story, tell be my theme in glory, to tell the old story of Jesus and his love, to tell the old story of Jesus and his love. Amen. One more time. Southern Gospel. Here we go. This is our new gospel music team right here. Yes. Yeah. That's good. Great. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We do want to have a prayer night tonight, and one of the reasons we do so is to remember our missionaries. One of the commands of Scripture is that we would know who labor in the Lord and where they're laboring, and to be praying for them, as many of them are in areas of the world that are difficult. And so we just want to be aware of that and to be supporting them in their prayers. Even we can't be there. Of course, we can't be there. Many of us can't be there, but we know that they will. When we do pray for them, God answers those prayers. And so that's. I do want to make it more concise tonight, in the sense that we can be praying for our missionaries, but also to lift up some our own personal prayer requests, whatever is on our hearts. So what's going to happen tonight is that I will, you all have that sheet in front of you, which tells you the missionaries and the place they serve. And then what I'll do is that I will talk briefly about them. And then with that, I will then shut off the live stream. And then we can ask some questions. And then we can also do some personal prayer requests. So that will just stay in the room. So those in the live stream, they won't see that. Any questions, thoughts, comments before we go into it? All right. So the first person that you have there, I wanted to kind of introduce to you our missionaries. The first one is a person that we've been supporting for a very long time. Her name is Claudia Calderon, and she works at CEF, which is a Child Evangelism Fellowship. And that's the fellowship that currently is going to schools and inviting schools to participate in what is called Good News Club, in which the children in those schools, mostly elementary schools, can come to these clubs and learn about Jesus. And so my wife is participating in that, and my children are going to a school in Chinatown, and just tremendous ministry. In fact, they have a lot of kids who are not believers coming to these classes, and because the parents, they can't pick them up right away from school, so they send them to the Good News Club, and they learn about Jesus there, and then they get picked up to go home. So it's one of the strategies they have in getting the kids to go there. So she's working in that organization in bringing the gospel to the children. So that's Claudia. The second one you have over there on your list is Mike. Mike Brown is involved in an organization called Family Table, and I think it's just a tremendous vision, a vision yet to be carried out. But he's doing it by himself a lot, but he's trying to get the churches to do it. Basically, ever since, I would say probably in the 1950s, 1960s, used to be that the churches are involved in what is called mercy ministries, in the caring for the disenfranchised, the widow, the orphans. But now, pretty much the state does that. The government does that. And Mike's vision is that the churches will be back into the viewpoint of caring for those who are in need in such a way. And so he tries to connect people, the churches, to, so for example, the Department of Child and Family Services, which, they would know where some of these individual families are when they need help. Many of the families are very embarrassed about their condition, and so they don't ask for help. But he's trying to get the churches involved, to get to know who they are, and connecting. And of course, there is going to be in the growing relationship, because many of these families are under the Department of Child and Family Services, and they don't necessarily know how the church can be involved. The church sometimes doesn't know how they can participate in caring for them, because each one has their own program. Sometimes the child services have a particular program that which they're used to doing, and then they invite the church to do it, but the church is not necessarily able to do everything or to handle all the requests that there is. And so for him, it's all about like connecting and trying to get people to talk and come together so that some kind of partnership can occur. We support him, and I've been in contact with our Department of Child and Family Services and trying to find out how, in some of the ways that we as a church can come together with them. So that's his ministry. We have the third one is named Cyril Gordon, and he works at a ministry called the Jewish Outreach International, but his ministry is mostly, I have their pictures. That's why. You're not showing those pictures yet. So that's what Mike Brown looks like, and that's Claudia. That's what she looks like. And now going Cyril. Cyril, we support him as well, and he does mostly ministry at Venice Beach and shares the gospel there. But he does also sometimes go to Messianic congregations and share the gospel with the Jews there as well. The fourth one we have is Mark Atwood. Mark Atwood, we are trying to get into more contact with him, but he is in Chiapas, Mexico, doing some work over there, and with just missions work. And then the fifth one is Oscar and Charmaine Brooks, and they came to visit us this past year. I think it was in October they came, and this is a very, very old picture. Their kids are all grown up, but they do teach pastors. They go over the world teaching pastors, but they're mostly in the border of Mexico and United States, just because they have a seminary that is right over the border, and in case the Mexico government or cartel, whatever, would come and disturb them, they just quickly run across the border and okay, yeah. So that's why they have a ministry there, and so that's their ministry in Mexico and also in everywhere else in the world. Wherever pastors are requesting to come to teach, they come. And then John, he came. This is a young picture of him as well, but he came in March, a couple of months ago, and shared about his ministry in Indonesia, training pastors there. So that's what he does. And then Tim Carnes, or TC, I would say, does the same. You have he does a ministry undisclosed Middle East locations as well as Philippines. And so training pastors and training them how to preach, training them how to pastor churches. And then we have Mark and Lisa Denai, and they are the ones that are in France right now, and they are, again, doing the same thing, training leaders, church leaders. He's a teacher in the Bible school, and so we support him in his ministry in France and his wife's. And then lastly, we have our newest missionary, Sky, and young lady. She is in an undisclosed Middle East location, but if you look at this location, I'll tell you later where it is. But she's safe right now with all the things that are happening, but she's in the shelter and she's in the bunker, and we'll share about her prayer request. Her prayer request basically is she's reaching to the Arabic individuals in that Middle Eastern area, and then just for her to learn Hebrew so that she can continue to minister to the Hebrew-speaking people in the areas. Mm-hmm. Cool. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. So I think with that, we'll shut off the live stream, and then would you be able to go to the computer and just end the stream? Sorry, help me end the stream, and then we'll wait for Joshua to come back, and then we will ask and answer any questions. Because I don't. There's 4 more. It's okay. Yeah, we have there's not formal, but organization. We support also Jews with Jesus. They do ministry here, and then we also support. That was Jake Rosen, and then we support Emmanuel Baptist. They're currently moved to another location, but their role was to. They're in Pomona. And so their role is to to minister to those who are coming about addiction. Brian Patterson is the leader. And we also support Brian Patterson is the leader. Brian, yeah. And then besides that, we also support evangelism, Child Fellowship Evangelism, CEF, or Child Evangelism Fellowship. That's for the English side. And then lastly, I think there's one more. URM, Union Rescue Mission, we support them as well. So, all right, we'll wait for Joshua to come back, and then we will take some questions.